All. In this video, I'm going to show you how to proofread the new textbooks that we received. I want everyone to please follow these instructions so that it helps you in completing the proofreading fast and without any errors. So let me first start by opening one of the books that we received. So these are like English books from the school curriculum from New Delhi. So we'll be assigning the same 20 pages per volunteer. And I'll just go through quickly. I'll do first 20 pages in this book to show you like the different aspects of proofreading and how to take care of them. So let's get started. So first, before I begin, I open the document, right? This is the PDF document. And what I do is I don't proofread in the Google Docs online. The easiest way is to do it on your desktop using Microsoft Word. So I open a Microsoft Word document. It's a blank, empty document. And before I start, I want you to make few settings or changes. Go to Home, and you'll see the styles. Just click on this arrow. You'll have the styles banner here. It will be useful for us while proofreading. Similarly, I go to View and View Navigation pane. Reduce the size. Okay. In the Styles button, you see Normal, Heading 1 through Heading 6. These are the ones we use. So I'll configure these styles. For example, right-click on Normal. This is for all the normal text. Say Modify. It should be Times New Roman formatting. Font size is 12. Make sure the color is black. Then go to Format. Paragraph. Make sure the spacing is single. And spacing before and after is 0 for the normal text. Okay. Similarly, I'll skip the next two. I'll just go to Heading 1. Right click, modify. This should be Times New Roman. I'll just type Times New Roman. Size 18. Title should be bold, Heading 1. The color will be black. So Times New Roman 18, bold and black for Heading 1. And format, paragraph. I'll have the spacing as 6 and 6, and line spacing is always single. Okay, see, okay, and okay. Heading 2, right click, modify. Again, this is Times New Roman. We had Heading 1 at font 18. Let's make it font 16. Color is black. Format, paragraph. Make it 4 points, single space, okay. Heading 3, modify, again Times New Roman. So we have Heading 1 as 18, 16, we'll have this as 14, color is black, format, paragraph, make it 4 points, single spacing, okay. Also do for Heading 4, modify, Times New Roman, make it 14, black, paragraph, make it 4 points, single, okay. Heading 5, even Heading 4, typically we do not have many. So I'm just going to skip Heading 5, I'll go to 6, okay. This is for the page numbers. Modify, Times New Roman, 12, black, paragraph, same thing, 4 points, single, okay. So for Heading 1, font size is 18, bold, 6 and 6 is the spacing. Heading 2, 16 font size, before and after is 4 points. Heading 3, 14, font 4, 4. 14 font size, 4 and 4 for spacing. Heading 6, 6 and 6 before and after, the font size will be 12. Okay, so once that is done, it makes our life very easy when we do copy and paste here. Okay, so now we are ready with the Word document. I will go to my PDF. So you'll see like you have first 2 pages. Just ignore these 2. This is relevant only for the first set, right? First 2 pages, the actual book starts from here. Okay, so any text is there, I need to copy and paste. Any images, if it is relevant and if the text is referencing the image, then we need to copy that. If not, there's no need to copy. Just imagine, right, the software is for visually challenged or visually disabled students. So if you have a picture there that is not relevant to this subject, then there is no point putting it there, because they cannot see the image, and there's no need to describe this image because it is not relevant to the text in any way. So all I'm going to do is see this is an image, but I'll just type in as Collins. So this is page number 1, right? How do I know that? I don't see a page number at the bottom, right? There's no page number, there's no page. Most of the pages you'll see only for the first section. For the first few pages, you will not see the page numbers. So I'll scroll down till I see the first page number. Boom, 11, right? Just go back, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, here we'll go 1. Always the page numbers are on top of the page. Okay, so before I put a content, page 1, right? All I do is select that, click on heading 6, it's formatted already. Okay, Collins, let's find this, not in heading. I'll just copy the name of the text, and this is heading 1. All I do is I place the cursor anywhere on the line, do heading 1, boom, it's done, right? No need to go back and fix everything because we already took care of all the formatting for headings 1 to 6 here. There's no need of this image because it has nothing to do with the text in the page there. Then I'll copy these 2 text. There's no need to put that line there. These come on a separate line, each one of them. Right? Next, page 2. I'll say just heading 6. Done. Next, I see 2 sections side by side. Right? All I do, never do is snipping of this one. If there is text, we need to get the text there. So just copy everything, Control C. If I just come here and do a Control V, it's not formatted properly, right? I do a Control Z, right click, just click without formatting, right? Then all I need to do is come and enter the spaces. Published by, boom. Let me go back before Harper, so there's a line there. Till the browse, it's 1 paragraph. First published in 2016. Reprint. ISBN. It's okay. Separate line, separate line, separate line. Of course, it's a separate line there. Layout, these are separate lines. Okay. All this is normal text. We already formatted this as font size 12 times New Roman. So it's already taken care of. Now the second part. Do the same thing, copy. Never put the text side by side like you see in the PDF. If you see anything like this side by side, they are different sections. They need to come one after the other. Again, if I do Control V, it messes up. So Control Z, right click, boom, there. And all I need to do is come here, just give those lines in front of each name. you go. It's done. Now I'm going to the next page. So already I know here in the navigation pane, I'm done with page 2. Put 3, heading 6. Next, preface. So just copy there. Whoops. Come here. Copy there. This is heading 1. Boom, heading 1. It's already formatted in the way that we want it. Right? Again, text. Just copy all the text. So we didn't get it. Control C. Right click. Boom. So, yeah, if you see the lines are not formatted properly, they broke, so just going to add them back to be continuous. The lessons are built. Here you go. Just again put them back if they're not in the same line. These go here. Reading text. Drama. Till here is one line. So it goes till end of chapter exercises, till there. Don't leave any broken lines like this. Please merge them to look contiguous. End of chapter exercises till comprehension. So comprehension, merge these lines. Comprehension two-way of words, merge the lines. Way of words also included. We'll go to a new line. Grammar in use, new line. Study skills, it's a new line. Of course, this will be a new line. That should be it. Yep, there you go. So now I know I'm done with preface and page 3. Now I'm going to page 4. 4. Click on heading 6. Down. The rest of the text for the preface. Control C. Right click. Paste. Authors. Go back. Be creative is a new one. The workbooks is a new line. There's a weird character there, just remove that. There you go. We are done with this. Now I'm done with page 4. I'll go to page 5. Make it as heading 6. Next one. Acknowledgements. Again, this is heading 1. Control C. Control V. Just say heading 1. Then again, copy everything. This section. Right click. The publishers. Every effort. Oops, sorry. So So let me just merge all the other lines. Should be it. Okay, next we have illustrations. So we can make this as heading 2, because this is heading 1, right? This looks like the subheading within that. Now I'm going to the next page. I'm done with page 5. Let's put 6, heading 6. Key features, just copy that. It's heading 1 again. So the cursor can be anywhere on the line, just say heading 1. Okay, next line. If you see here, we have text and like in screenshot or an image. All we need to do is copy the text. Control C. Paste there. So if this is heading 1, right? Heading 2, heading 2, heading 2. So reading test, put the cursor there, say heading 2. Right? In this chapter we will heading 2. Introduction, heading 2. Right? And you see we have bullet points. So whenever you have like any listing, you should not be able to select that as part of the text. So all you have to do is select these 2 bullet points. Right? So there is no bullet points for these 2. This is part of the same line. The reason is because it was not part of the same line there. Okay. Similarly, this is a bullet point. Again, this should be part of the same line. Similarly, before I do that, now when I select this text, I can't select the bullet point. Okay. Okay. Now we have this image. So all we need to do is, if this is it relevant to the text? Yeah, this text is describing what is in this page, right? These are the key features. Similarly, this text is describing this image. So I'll just copy that image. I'll use a snipping tool. Remember, the image always comes after the text. Okay. Next line. Next is glossary. These 2 sections. Right click, paste. Glossary 2 is heading 2. Right. And literary terms, this will be heading 2. Again, make sure this is in one line. If not, you'll get multiple bullet points. Select this bullet point. Select this bullet point. Okay. And then we have an image there. New. Just copy the whole thing. Okay. About the author, comprehension. But the author is heading 2, comprehension is heading 2. This one bullet, get them into one line. Okay. Now select these 2, just bullet points, done. Now the image. For this, white body bullet point, it should not be any. Okay. Okay. Heading 2. Three more sections, just get it done. Control C. Heading 2. You can do this in Google Docs as well. Some of them might be well versed with Google Docs, but I found like doing it here, Microsoft Word, you won't mess up the formatting. It was much easier. I know like Control C, Control V takes a lot more time, but once you get used to this, get a hang of it, it's much easier. Study skills. Yes. Copy that. Control C. 2, heading 2. There's only one. Get them to the same line. Select everything. Bullet point. Done. Then the image. Last section. Control C. Listening is heading 2. Pen it down is heading 2. Read more is heading 2. Get them in one line. Bullet point. Okay. So I'm not sure. Way with words started in a new line. So way with words, I know I'm done with 6. This should have been 7. All I do is 7 and say heading 6. Right? If you see, everything is lining up, each heading level. And even the text, everything will be lining up pretty easily for you. So I'm done with page 7. It's page 8. Say heading 6. The next line. Okay. Here you see a big table. Let me rotate that. So putting this in a table will take a lot of time. So what we can do for now is just copy the text. I'll see this is heading 1. Then all I'll do is I'll reduce this size so that I can grab the whole screen. I'll check with the organization if they want this to be in a table. We can put in a table, but for now, let's just use it as an image. This whole thing. This is actually next page. So let me copy first. So I was done till page 8. So this will be page 9. Heading 6, Control V, done. Now it will be page 10, heading 6. Okay, let me rotate it back. Contents, copy the text. This will be heading 1. Okay, now the whole contents. First, copy the whole thing. Control C. If I do a Control V, it gets merged up, right? So right click again, boom, right? If you see, these are numbers, right? The number is getting selected along with the text. I do not want that. So literally games. Okay, this is not part of the numbering. So I'll select all the numbers. Numbering 1, 2, 3. Done. Now if I select, the numbers won't get selected. Right. Make sure if there are any numbers listed like this, you need to go select the text and do the numbering format. Do not just leave it as one dot in the text. Make sure when you select this one, you only can select the text, not the listing here. That is very, very important. Okay. The last line doesn't have any numbering, so you can just leave as it is. Right. So did we spill over to 2 pages? No, it's only 1 page. Now we are coming to the next page. We are done with 10. So that will be 11. Heading 6. Again, I repeat, wherever you see numbers or bullets, right, make sure when you select the text, the bullet or the number is not getting selected. You need to make them as the listing and not just as the plain text. Okay, I repeat that one once more. So here we come to first chapter. You need to copy one. Most of them are not doing that, right? 1, and also give a dot. The reason I'm giving a dot after 1, right, is for a visually readable student, he can see, hey, this is chapter 1 and the name of the chapter. But just close your eyes, right, and imagine a software reading this for you. If I do not have a dot there, right, let me see. And I just put the chapter name there, right? I'll say this as heading 1. Now when the software is reading this, the way it reads it's 1A new flower. Doesn't make sense. But when I put a dot, right, then it knows, hey, it's some subheading there. So always put a dot, and again, I'm able to select this. So select that one and just click on the numbering, right? Make sure any numbers anywhere in the text cannot be selected along with the text. The numberings and bullet points should be separate. Okay. So in the previous books, most of the volunteers did not do this one. So when you do the even for the chapter heading, just select it and give the numbering format. Okay. Now I see a short story. It goes to the next line. It's a normal text and the name of the author or Ruskin. So don't give to the right? Because again, the software cannot read that. So just give it in the next line, not here, right? Don't put a tab and give it there. Okay. Just put that in the next line. Now, if this is the name of the chapter, this is a subheading in that. So I'll go here. This, if I want to know what heading this one is, select here, put the cursor there, it shows you heading 1. Come here, this will be heading 2. Right? I have 3 bullet points. Again, if you notice here, we are not copying this image, we are not copying this image or this image because these are not relevant to the text here. Right? So again, think about the software reading this out for a blind student. Right? These images do not make sense for a blind person because he cannot see them and they are not relevant to the text. So do not include anything that is not relevant to the text. So I come next, paste. Again, I see 3 bullet points. If I select, the bullet point is getting selected. So I need to, boom, there you go. Okay. Next, I see text here and also some text here. Okay. So again, this image is not relevant. Doesn't make sense if I put this image there. So this is bold out. This is a heading. So I'll just put my cursor there. This will be heading 2. Now I'll just copy all the text first. Control C. Okay. Go back. It was, and if you notice here, the text is broken, right? Because here they divided the page into 2 sections, so they had the text only on the left side, not to the full extent of the page. But for us, we need to go back all the way. First let me put everything, then I can try to figure out which one is which line. Okay, so I was climbing, should go to a new line. It was a single, goes to a new line. Shall I pick, goes to a new line. Okay, so make sure that text is all the way to the full breadth of the page, not just to the half of it. Okay, now if you see thrust, there's a definition of that. So these are footnotes, right? We have 1, 2, 3 botanical, and there are 4 footnotes here. So just don't copy and paste this at the bottom of the section, right? We need to put this as a footnote. So how do I put as a footnote? So where do you have the thrust? In the first paragraph. So I go to the end of that word and enter Control Alt F, right? It puts 1. Oops, let me see, I think I put it in the wrong place. Thrust, Control Alt F. Next is steep. Next one is again Control Alt F. It puts 2. Where does it put? Steep, Control Alt F. Drab, winter grass. Put the cursor of the word, Control Alt F, 3. Right? Botanical, Control Alt F. Term, Control Alt F. So we got all the 5 footnotes. Now just copy and paste the text. First one is thrust. Second one is steep. Third one is drab. Fourth one is botanical. Fifth one is stone. Right? And you see this is a subsection within this section, right? So I'll copy did you know. Always these sections, right, the small boxes come at the end of the text for that page. Right, so I come here after this. So what heading would this be? Right, so let me go back and check here. That's why we have the navigation pane. Right, this is part of this section. Right, so this one is heading 2. Right, within that section, this will be the next level, heading 3. Don't worry that this has gone to the next page in Word and after the footnotes. Do not worry about that. Control C. Paste it. Again, if you see the lines, it's not even 1/3 of the page, right? So please merge this into one line. Because just think about this. The software will read this one from left to right, right? So it gets messed up if you have it only a portion of the page. Make sure the sentences are to the full extent from left to right of the page. And the reason I said, even though this is in the same page, right, in the PDF, in the Word document is spanned 2 pages. That's absolutely fine. The reason being, the software will go only after these numbers, heading 6, and identifies as the page numbers. So next page is 12. So what the software does, it goes to 11. Hey, it identifies, I'm starting a new page. And it reads the content till it hits the next heading 6. And it considers all this stuff as one page. Doesn't matter like the footnotes that came in between and the text span more than one Word document. That's absolutely fine. All the software looks, it's from between 11 and 12, this is one page. Doesn't matter I span 10 pages, 100 pages or 2 pages in between here. Okay, so next I go here. Similarly, we have the footnotes here, there are a lot of them, right? And we have a section here. The section always goes at the end of the page, of the respective page. So first let me copy all the content. Come here, right click, paste. Again, it got split. I know this is a lot of work, but we need to get it done. And believe me, once you get used to this one, it's kind of fun actually doing this stuff. and you'll get it done pretty quickly. I'm just going to first merge, not going to see where the sentence breaks. I can come back and do that one. Okay, look, less than 30 seconds to do that. Right, the paragraphs we scrambled, and it rained. It did rain. I walked up, I did not see. Walked up, of course I did not see. It's there. There's a big paragraph. It reminded. Boom, in about a minute time we are done, even though it looked complex. Right, now comes this scrambled. Okay, don't worry about the sequence, just do Ctrl Alt F. Boom, 6. Okay, then I'll paste the scramble there. Next word is sleet. After scrambled, sleet. End of the word, Ctrl Alt F. Sleet. Right, switched, and okay, in the same next line after sleet. Okay, Ctrl Alt F, and Ctrl Alt F. Need to copy the next two. Please make sure if you have footnotes, put them as footnotes, not as regular text. Going back and fixing them will take a lot of time for us. So please help us by taking care of all these steps while you're proofreading. Next we have 1, 2, 3, a lot of them. Kids. I did not see. Okay, Ctrl Alt F. Next is treated. It's almost end of the paragraph. End of the word, Ctrl Alt F, paste. End of the word, Ctrl Alt F, paste. Ctrl Alt F, paste. Ctrl Alt F, paste. Ctrl Alt F. Don't try to fix the British English versus American English there. Just leave as it is. Ctrl Alt F, paste. Done. And next we have this section, literary term. Come back to my text here. This will be what's a wedding, right? This is part of the same thing. So it's part of this section. So this was heading 2. So this would be heading 3. Right? And just 1. So it was actually 1 dot. Just select that one, again make it as a listing. Boom, done. So next is page 13. Right, just come here, page 13, heading 6. Now here, do we need this image? Well, this is part of a story, right? The software reads the entire storyline for the kid, and there's no need of having this image, right? It doesn't describe much. The whole story is here. So I'll just ignore this image. Or if someone wants to really copy that image, just go there, new, copy that. Let's do one thing to be consistent. Let's just copy. Sorry. So always the images come at the end of that section. So this section ends before the literary term. So right, just come here, paste it. Page 13. First, get all the text. right? Right, again it's not an entire page, so mostly this will be new lines. There you go. And similarly in this page we have footnotes, right? Let's take off the footnotes next. So going back to my document, again Control Alt F, paste. Dignity, Control Alt F, paste. Sorry. Spectacular one day. So we are done with all the footnotes for this section. We do not have any subsections. Only thing is I have an image. Copy that, come here, paste it at the end of that page. So now I'm done with page 13. So I'll put 14 and say it's heading 6. Say heading 6. Okay, now I have two subsections here. I'll say like did you about the author and did you know about the author. So this is part of this. So about the author is for the entire section, right? So this will be. So this is heading 3. Heading 3. So I just come back here. So about the author, will be heading 2 because it's part of that whole section, the author of this particular section. So sorry, I need to copy, Control C. Looks good. Then did you know, actually did you know should be coming about the author. So let me go there. So did you know is actually part of this subsection, right? So this section is 2, so did you know would be 3, and author is for the entire section, right? Because author is for this one. We are talking about author Ruskin Bond, so that will be a subsection 2. It will be subsection 3. Sorry, heading 2 and 3. So this. Okay, there you go. So that ends that section. So there's no need to put this image. No relevance there. Okay, now we come to comprehension. Again, no need to put this image. It's of no relevance. So what would be the comprehension section? So this is chapter 1. I mean, chapter 1, it is heading 1, right? Heading 2, heading 2. See, these are sections. And within that section, we had like this heading 3s, right? And this is heading 3, and this is heading 2. So this is a separate section altogether within that chapter. So this will be heading 2. So we come there. It's part of the same page. Comprehension, I'll say heading 2. Within that, I have this subsection called quick recap. This will be heading 3. Right? And again, within that, I have A and B. So make sure you copy the whole thing, A, right? And I'll just see, this has heading 4. Okay, heading 4 italic because let's go and check. Modify. Oops, heading 4 was as italic. I don't want italic. Okay, heading 4. And if you see, I can select A again, right? So I should not be able to select A. It's a listing. So just click on that. It says a listing. And within that, I have 6 points. Again, first thing is I'll just copy all the 6. Nope. No, not Control V. Sorry, Control C. Right click. Make sure if any lines are split into 2, make sure you bring them into 1. Now select everything. Listing, boom, 6. Right? Again, if I select the text, the listing should not, the numbering should not be listed there. Now, B. So I'm done with this. If I enter, no, that's not B. So what is B? So this was heading 2. Within that, heading 3. Oh, this one I didn't put heading 4. Sorry, I need to put as heading 4. The whole thing is heading 4. So I got lost. So always remember, first do the heading and then the numbering A and B, right? Because if I first do numbering, for example here, and if I say heading 4, sometimes this is gone, right? So better do heading first and then do the numbering. B. So this is heading 4, heading 4, heading 3, heading 2. And within that, I have two questions, right? Let me copy the whole thing. Right, just right click, paste. Now this one, that should be, we can just leave it there. No need to go to this level because this is already heading 4, right? No need to put like heading 5 for these two. Just leave it there. Because we don't want this navigation pane to be overwhelmed with like even individual questions. But here we need to make sure this again should not be selected. Boom, 1. Don't worry about this indentation, right? We'll fix at the end. And similarly, I'll go to 2. And within this, I have ABC, right? ABC. Select all the 3. Just click on this one. Automatically formats at ABC. In case it doesn't format like ABC, right? Just go here, drop down and select the respective, like you have ABC, right? Do that one. But the goal is when I select the text, the numbering should not be copied, should not be highlighted. So there ends there. Next is ponder. So what will be the heading for that? Let's figure out. So this is under quick recap. We had two sections, right? Subsections. Now so ponder is at the same level as quick recap. So click on quick recap, it's heading 3. So this is heading 3. And within that have section C. So section C, right? First I will say like it's heading 4, right? Then come and do the numbering. Because if you do the numbering, then go and do heading, the numbering will be gone. You need to put the number back again. So this is heading 4. Within heading 4, we have 3 subpoints. Come here, right click, paste. Question 1. This is all part of the same line. In the above 5 sentences, okay. Then 2 starts at what do you think? I think I did something wrong. Control Z. Okay, let me go back. Let's get first point. Control V. Good. 2 and 3. Let's see. Control V. Okay, 3 is here. Okay, now since I'm able to select the numbering as part of the text, I'll select the whole thing and just click on this one, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next section, heading 2. Just paste that. Give a line. So just come here. This is heading 2, right? Because under ponder we had C and 1, 2, 3, right? Under C 1, 2, 3, and this is heading 2. Within heading 2 we have heading 3, compound words. So this is heading 2. That, oops, Control Z, copy that. Compound words, click on heading 3, done, and then plain text, and then question A, right? This will be next level heading. So this is heading 3, so this will be heading 4. And since I'm able to select A, do that one, listing A. Now if you see here, you have a list of words, right? Don't snip the whole thing, right? We need to, because imagine if you snip the whole thing as an image, the software thinks, hey, it's an image, it doesn't know the contents of it, right? So we need to copy the text, come here, paste, and make sure it goes into, each word comes as a new line. Because when the software reads this, each reads one below the other on a separate line instead of one single line. Now imagine if I pasted like this and left it there. Now just imagine what the software will read it as. It goes from left to right, right? It says tooth, noon, white chair, mid, board, arm, black, paste, after wash, night. Doesn't make sense to the listener, right? So we do not want like that. We want it to be each word on a separate line, right? Next is proverbs. Okay, this is at the same level as, so this is under this section. So no, compound words, within that we have A. Under proverbs, right, we have B. So proverbs will be the same level as the compound words. So what is compound words? Heading 3, right? So proverbs will be heading 3. Right, next we'll copy the text, copy the whole thing. This is blue shaded, that's fine. We'll just come and paste it. Okay, examples, yeah, we'll just come and paste that, no special formatting required. Okay, these are in separate lines, so leave them as separate lines. Next, heading B. If you see, this is part of the Proverbs, right? So Proverbs is heading 3. Click here, this will be heading 4. Now if you see, I have 2 columns here, A and B. Right? Just don't snip this one or just copy and paste something. We need to create a 2-column table. And how many rows do we need? We need 8 rows. Right? So first I'll go to Insert, Table, 2 by 8. Okay. Actually, I need 2 by 9. I need A and B in the first column. Right? I'll just put A, B. If I come here, plus 1 more column. Now, if I copy the whole thing and paste, it pastes everything in one cell. We don't want that, right? So, 1. I know this is a little bit time consuming, and again, once you get the hang of it, you'll just flow through the whole thing. So 3 is done, 4. And you guys might have a better and a faster way to do it. If you can provide any feedback, if you think there's a easier way to do this one, let me know and share with everyone else. If not, you can just follow what I'm doing. Even doing this, you'll see that the entire 20 pages will get it done in less than 1 hour. Or about 1 hour or so. So E, F. Okay, once I copy the whole thing, just don't leave it there. Right? Again, these are numbers. I should not be. So just select everything. Right? Right click. 1, 2, 3. If you see the ones we pasted came, just go and remove those. 3 deletes, we'll take care of that. Oops, Control Z, Z. Okay, oops, sorry. Similarly for this one, it's ABC, right? ABC. Come on. Okay, done. Oops, I'm page 16. Did I miss 15? Yeah, I missed 15. So let me go back and do that. This is heading 6. So 15 started in the middle of this Ponder C section, right? So Ponder C started in the middle of it after 1. I can just go and come and put there. So this is 15. I'll say heading 6, right? That takes care of that. Now I'm at 16, 15, 16, grammar in use. Again, this is heading 2, right? And articles is subsection would be heading 3, right? It's plain text. Examples, give a line. Oops. Okay, again examples. Plain text, straightforward. Now section A. The section A is within the articles. So articles is heading 3. So my section A will be heading 4. I'm able to select the text, format it. Now I have 8 points here. Right click and paste it. Okay, this one make sure it's part of that line. Select the whole thing, just click on this, boom, 8. Again, we are not selecting the listing when I select the text, right? Next is gender. Gender is same as articles. So gender, articles was heading 3, gender is heading 3. Within that, again, plain text. Then I have heading B. So this will be what heading? This is heading 3. So this will be heading 4. Select bullet and B. Within that, again, I have 8 points. Right, come here, paste. Everything is on its own line. Select the whole thing. Boom, 8. Okay. Then I have study skills. This is a new section, so this will be heading 2. Within that, pronounce well is heading 3. Come here, heading 3. Then again, plain text. This is make sure they're in the same line. Again, we have different words. Don't snip it as an image and don't have it horizontal, right? We need each word in a different line. Okay, now we have 1, 3, 5 by 4 by 5 table, right? Insert table 4 by 5. Okay, first word is just put there rough. So again, don't snip this as an image. It's a table, so you need to insert a table. So study skills was page what 17, right? I missed that again. Before study skills, I need to get page 17 and say heading 6. Okay, I'm here now. So another section. Again, I'm not copying all these images. Doesn't make any sense. It's not relevant. Just plain text, done. Pen it down is another section. Down, it is heading 2. Oops, sorry. Pen it down, should be heading 2. Just plain text. Oops. Okay. Read more is the end of the chapter, so it's a separate section by itself. It's also heading 2. Oops, what did I do? It should be heading 2. Nope, it should be normal. Okay, and just copy these 2 lines. Okay, so now we are at page number 18. This is heading 6. Chapter 2. Dot. Don't remember that. Forget the dot. This is heading 1. Let's see. The good thing is, in the beginning we formatted all the headings, so there's no need to format here again. Right? It's a lyric poem. The new line, and it's by Robert Louis Stevenson. The new line. Okay. Then in this chapter this is subsection in the chapter. So heading 2, then 4 bullet points. Come here, 4, oops, cannot control V, right click, boom. And I need to get all 4 as bullet points. Right, again, plain text. Done. Next, I have the plain text here. Okay, Now we have 3 footnotes, coach, again, Control Alt F. It takes care of the numbering, right? The sequencing. This is the 26th one so far. Don't worry about the sequencing. It will take care of itself. Control C. So if you're starting a new section, right? You'll always, when you start the document, it starts with 1. So when we compile the document, it will take care of sequencing it in a proper way. Don't worry about the sequence starting with 1 when you're starting your section. So chorus, okay, end of the word, Control Alt F, come down here, Control V, Control C, Control Alt F. Yeah, please make sure you do not just copy paste this whole thing as a text. These should be as footnotes, because when the software comes and reads this one, right, it hits the footnote, it jumps here, it reads out and comes back here. So it's very important that we put these as footnotes and not as plain text, right? Now this image, is it really relevant? I don't think so. But if you want to copy, we can just go here, copy, and yeah, the problem is we'll get the text as well, right? I need to cut this off, so I need to open a paint. Control V. I need to just get rid of all this stuff. Oops. Control X, Control A, Control C. Where's this? Just put it there. Okay, so that is done. So I am at page, we are going to 18, we are going to page 19. Of the image, let's say 19. Don't worry if it's the last line of this Word document page. As I said, the software just reads from heading 6 to heading 6. Right, page 19, and I have this one. So if I do a paste, it doesn't come to the full line. I need to make sure the line extends all the way. Oh no, I think each one is a comma, right? Sorry, this is like a poem. So that looks good. And I have one footnote here, the second line. Just come to the end of the word, Control Alt F. Oops, I didn't do it properly. Control Alt F. Oh, sorry, I did it already. Oh, 30, sorry, I put it here in the wrong place. Go and delete that. Okay. Got messed up. Control Alt F, Control V, and then again, if you see about the poet and word voice, right? So let me take care of the word voice. About the poet, we'll put at the end. Right. So this is within the previous section, right? So what is the previous section we have? Sorry, I think I missed it. So I think, let me go back. Yeah, did you ever have to say goodbye? I forgot about that. This is heading 2, right? Chapter name, section. Under this section, we have all this stuff. Word-wise will be heading 3. Be heading 3. And about the poet is for this whole section, will be heading 2. Heading 2. I think I missed the content for this. Control C, come here, Control V, about the poet, copy the whole thing, just Control V, looks good, make sure this is part of that line, yeah. Okay, now we have comprehension. This is section 2, heading 2. Come here, heading 2, and again, within that, quick recap will be heading 3. Heading 3, this will be heading 4. First make heading 4, It's a plain text, make it as a listing. C, not Control V, if I have different lines formatted, each one is on a separate line. Select, there you go. Next is B. First make it as heading 4. Select, list it. Within that I have ABC. Oops. Right click. Right, this one just click and make it as this one. All this is plain text. ABC, select and click. Let me make it ABC. Similarly, number 2. End of the line. Right click. Select number 2. Don't forget this number 1s and 2s, right? Always any listing that we have should never come as plain text. Okay, that's done. Next is ponder. So I'm going to page 20 now. Page 20, which is heading 6. I will stop after this page because typically we give 20 pages. So next is ponder. Ponder is where? It's at the same level as quick recap. Right, you see it's blue color, right? Within blue color, 2 black sections. So this is blue color, right? Same as quick recap. Recap is heading 3. So I come here, put my cursor, heading 3. Within that, heading 4. First make it as heading 4. Select, make it as a listing. Within that 4 points. Right click, paste. Select the whole thing, listing 1, 2, 3, 4, good. Control C, this is also heading 4. Select, make it as a listing. Control C. Oops, keep making that mistake. This is 1. Plain text, ABC, listing. Similarly, I think after ponder, I got this wrong. I copied the same thing over again. Yeah, I copied the same thing. Sorry, my bad. So after ponder, C, heading, what is C? Heading 4. Select, make a point, have 2 points. Right click this one, make sure if the line is into multiple lines, it's in the same one. Okay, next is we have the words. This is heading 2. Then I have heading 3 within that. This is heading 3. And don't worry about this intent inside, right? Don't worry about that. You can just have them in the same line. That's okay. Next. Okay, and this is section. This is 2, 3, 4. So this is heading 4. Make sure it's as a listing. Again, we have individual words, which each needs to come on a separate line. Right, okay, here you see we have underlines, right? We notice like a lot of them are putting them as underlines. Please do not do that. Because again, when the software reads, right? It says like underline, underline, underline multiple times. So to avoid that, let's copy the whole thing, click paste. Right, when I pasted, I didn't get the underline. Just put one dash, space, dash, space, right? So I'll just copy space, dash, space. They've gone to, come here, paste it. Please paste, oh, sorry, Control V, kept my, Control V, space. He took the decision, Control V, take it, Control V, these two, okay, it is done with a Control V, Control V. Now again, if you see, please do not leave this like this. A lot of them are leaving like that, so we are to go back and do it, right? So select that, just bring it to the new line. That makes it easy. So this is one. Oh, you got, the reason you got B is it's here, right? That's the problem. So don't do that. So if I do listing, it coming as B, right? That's the problem, because it's thinking it's the sequence of that, right? So what I can do is drop down, say 1, right? A and B, I can just select as A and B. 2, the problem is it thinks it is a continuation because there's no text after 2, right? So it thinks it's a continuation of A, B, and C. So Control Z, select, numbering. You see it again got as 1. So I can go here, right click, make it 2. Or to make life easy, what we can do, let's undo all the stuff. Okay, it was like this originally. Now if I do, it comes proper. Because you need to have text after these numbers, right? Then it gets the formatting properly. Right, 4. Now what about this A and B? Let's try what it does. Nope. Got as A and B, but I don't want this. See, that's messing up. So what we can do, once that listing is there, I can bring it down here. A and B, right? Now I'll bring this down here, remove that 3, select this A and B. Bring it down here, remove that 4, A and B. Bring it down here, remove that 5, A and B. Okay. So first get this layer and then this layer. Right. I know it's a little bit confusing, but if you do it once, you'll get the hang of that pretty quickly. So Control C. This is the last page we are doing. Oops. Times example is in a new line. Can you please is also a new line. Again, I select don't worry about these tabs here. So next section B, this is heading 4, and within that we have the same thing, right? 2 points that look, and this section. So paste. So what I'll do, leave it there, make it as number, come here, number 2, then bring this to the new line, delete, that will get rid of that. Now select A and B, format, bring A to next line, it thinks it said number 1, 2, 3, remove that 3 by delete. Okay, I'm just doing a Control S, save file, let me just demo doc. Okay, I'll save it later, that's fine. So after this is done, you see, right, there are different tabs and all the stuff. And it's very important. After you complete all this stuff, it took about an hour or so for me. I took a break in between, so if you're watching the time, it will be different. So what I'll do is, I'll do a Control H, right? And you need to do a few things here. First, we need to remove any tabs. So caret symbol, T is for tab. Replace with single space. Replace all. There are no tabs in my document, which is good. Then replace any multiple lines or break. Control P, sorry, cap P, replace with one cap P. 129 replacement. Yeah. Replace. So keep clicking replace till you get 0. Okay. So this is like multiple lines in the document, multiple blank lines. We are replacing with one blank line, and we are doing that in a loop so that there are no blank lines, right? Next is sometimes we get breaks, section breaks, page breaks, that kind of stuff. So caret B is for breaks, replace with single space. There are no breaks. Good. At the end, 2 white spaces, replace with 1 white space. Replace all, done. Okay, so all that is done. Okay, and one last thing that you have to do is to make sure all this, if you see here, right, the blank lines are gone. No tabs, no 2 white spaces, everything looks clean. But if you see, right, this indentation is not right. So one last thing we have to do a Control A, right? If you see these two on the top here, they're already at the left side of the scale. All I'll do is I'll move these guys to the right and bringing it back to the left. Just move it back or front and bringing it back to the old same place, right? Similarly, I did for the bottom one. Now I'll do for the top one. Just move it back and forth and bring it to the same point, right? Now let's see how they look. You see this one? All the bullet points, right, are aligned. All the text is aligned. All the bullet points are aligned. The text will be aligned. Let's go back. If you see here, everything is aligned very neatly. Right, if I go to the top, let's see. The reason the text is here because this is a continuation of our statement. That's fine. You can just leave it like that. But otherwise, if you see, let's go. If you see, it's cleanly aligned to the left, right? All the text is at a particular level. All the bullet points and the numbering are at a level. And if I select any text, I won't get the bulleting like as part of the text, right? And don't worry about any spaces between page numbers and this one. The software will just, as I said, read from page number to page number, heading 6 to heading 6 as one page. So this is the final format. This is how we want the document to look like after you're done with your proofreading. Please follow all these steps. Please do not take any shortcuts, right? This took me not more than 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes for 20 pages, right? I was explaining I'm doing this, so it took some time. So even worst case, it will take 1.5 hours, not more than that, to complete 20 pages, right? Depending on the complexity, how many footnotes you have, that kind of stuff. But this is what we want, like everything lined up like this, right? So at the end, I'll send these instructions in a document. I'll remove the tabs, I'll remove the blank lines using cap P, remove the tabs using cap T, and remove the breaks, if there are any, using cap B. Remove any double spaces, substitute with single space. We do that replace all till we get 0, right? And at the end of it, we do a Control A, select all the text. We move this one back and forth and bring it back to here. Same thing on the top, we move just back and forth and bring it back there. You do that after you do Control A, select all the text, right? So once all is done, this is on the Word document, right? Control A, Control C, right? I need to go to my, I don't know which one this is. English 5, I think this could be English 5. No, that's fine. I'll just open one. Okay, 5 will be one level below. Just go open the Google Docs here, do a Control C and a Control V. Okay, this show. And once you're done, make sure the formatting, everything looks good. Another thing, like if you see here, everything is so neatly lined up, right? All the levels within this section, let's see, chapters, sections, subsections, everything will be lined up, and there's no need for you to go back and look at this. Because first thing is we formatted these 6 headings, and then as we pasted text, we selected the respective heading. Okay. So yeah, this is chapter 5. So I'll open, sorry, which one? So I'll open that. This is for the first one. So I open the doc. This is what we did, right? So this is the actual OCR when it was done. It will be totally messed up. You see all this. Fixing this will take a lot more time for you, right? So I open that file, the PDF, open a Word doc, and just copy paste using the method that I shown. So now I remove Control A, delete, right? And just make sure Times New Roman. This will be just 12. Oops. Control C. Not sure if it messes up. Yeah, it messed up. So the Control C, Control V didn't work. So all you can do is you can upload this file to Google Docs and copy it from there. That makes life easy. I think it's the intent part. Oops. The text looks like it's white. That's the problem. Okay. Let me see. Yep. Looks good. Just making sure the formatting looks good. Chapter, section, subsection. Yeah, if you see the footnotes got messed up, right, when I copy and paste it. So I think the copy paste wouldn't work. So if you have the Google Docs, right, you can just upload this. When you upload this, it works fine into Google Docs, right? So upload this into your Google Doc. Once it is in Google Doc, you can do a Control C and Control V into the portal. If you're doing directly from the Word, I think if you see here, right, the footnotes got messed up, right? The headings, they got a little bit, this should not be in bold, it got bold. See, this should be font 12, it's not font 12. Right? It says heading 6, but the font became S9. So instead of copying, I think you can just upload this file that you have done, right, on your desktop, upload into your Google Docs. Once it is in Google Docs, you can do a Control C and Control V into the portal of Google Docs. That will make it easy. And I want to show a few more things. This is from a different book. We have also workbooks. So this, what we did is a textbook. English 5, I think for the 5th grade English textbook. This is a workbook. So very similar format, but there'll be few things I want to just show. All these are the same. You'll see a lot of these lines. So this is asking the students to write their text here. So this is for normally sighted kids, right? So when you're coming to this, please do not include any underscores or blank lines or anything. Just do, right, let me just copy this one and show you. So when I'm copying this one, right, copy the whole thing. Let me go here. For example, I'm pasting that. Paste it, right? Just remove these black lines. Don't have anything, Okay, don't put any underscores or any dashes or anything, and make sure they're on the same line, and then that's it. Okay, so this one we just want it to be like that. No underlines, no underscores, no dashes or nothing. Okay, and let me see. Same thing here. If you see any lines, please don't put any lines or anything. Even the fill in the blanks or something like this, just one dash, right? No underscore business or nothing. For headings here, just the text, no underlines here, there. Okay, and if you see here, they give space for them to write some content. Please don't put all these lines. Just put this one. That's it. Okay. So what you'll do in that case is here, right? And this, because this is an A, please don't leave it like that. Make it as a listing and leave it there. Then go to B. Okay. No space or no underlines or no anything. Okay, don't put any of these lines. Same thing here. If you see something like this, right, let me copy paste this one. Sorry, we'll get the whole thing. Yeah. Okay, in that case, just paste that. Again, A, B, C, I can select. These should be as a listing, right? Instead of putting all these underlines, just put one dash. Wherever you see underlines, just doesn't matter how many underlines, how many lines, everything is there. Just put one dash. Please do not put all these multiple lines or all these fill in the blanks and all the stuff. It takes a lot of time for us to go and fix that. And similarly, this one, each one of these phrases should come in a separate line. This one should be a 2-column table. Please don't cut and paste the whole thing as an image. Because again, just think in terms of the software, right? Software is really blind. It just goes and reads what we put there. If you cut and paste this as an image, it has no clue what that is about, right? So make it as a 2-column table. Same thing, 2-column table, no underlines, just the text. Seeing if there's anything different. Again, table, each word in a separate line. Again, A should be bulleted like not part of the regular text. These images, I don't think these are relevant to these 6 questions here, 6 in the blanks. No need to put these images, just the text. Okay. Seeing anything else? Let me open the full book. So as I showed, like 20 pages will not take you more than 1 to 1.5 hours. If you sit at a stretch and wrap it up, 1 hour, 1.5 hours max, you'll get it done. Right? If you just follow the format, which I did, which is very rudimentary, but if you have in a faster way to do that, most of the youngsters, right, you do all this stuff, we are very quick, very fast. You can get it done with your tricks and techniques even faster. I did the old way, just copy and paste each one of them. Even doing that, I completed like within maximum 1 hour or 1 hour 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm just browsing this one quickly. I just keep repeating, don't put any underlines or new lines or blank lines or anything. All we need is text, these kind of images, unless the question says, hey, check the image and write something, right? This doesn't make any sense. All these images don't make any sense. They are not relevant to the text or the content in the book here. Unless you say the question says, hey, look at the image or review the image or read the image, something like that, please don't include the image. And I repeat, no underlines, no blank lines, just the content. All we need is the content. Because I keep repeating, right? Think about the software. Say we put all these underlines, right? It comes here, it reads this, and it keeps saying underline, 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 like depending on how many times you put, it keeps on repeating that, right? And imagine you are closing your eyes and trying to just follow the software. You have no clue why it's saying that underline so many times. So all we need is just the text and one dash. For all these lines, just put one dash. That's it. Or one hyphen or dash, whatever you call. Same thing, no lines business, just one dash. No need of images which are not relevant. I'm seeing if there's anything that says read the image and write it. We don't have that. Again, no lines, just the text. Yeah, that is pretty much it. Yeah, if you see something like this, right? I mean, this is a table, but copying this big table and each letter into that is a nightmare. So if you see something like this, yeah, here just put each word in a separate line. Just snip this one, right? Just snip this and paste it as an image. Don't try to create a table for this kind of stuff, okay? Yeah, here if you see like this, right, make these four, these come after this one, okay? So what I'll do here, I'll copy the whole thing, right? If I do just Control V, it comes like that. Take each one into a different line. Sorry, we can remove the dots later. Or you can do select with the dot into a new line. That makes it even easy. Right, once I do that, select everything, put dots, okay? We can remove this one later. Or if instead of doing Control V, if I did right click and paste, it comes like this. This is even better, right? So if you do Control V, this is like this. But if I right click and paste, much easier. Okay, no lines. Yep, no need of image here. Again, two column table. Please make this a 2-column table. A lot of them just copy paste. Please do not do that. And after this, again, these should be listing. This should be listing and this should be listing. Going through quickly. Trying to find any new stuff or something different than what we didn't cover. Again here, no lines, just one dash. Images are irrelevant. Here if you see, right, this is like a poem. So have each one in a separate line by itself, just like it is. Don't try to merge this into one line. Yeah, that is pretty much it. Like if you follow the instructions, yeah, you can get it done. If you have any questions, please paste it in the WhatsApp group. I'll try to answer as fast as I could. If not, like we already have a lot of experienced volunteers, they can answer any questions. So that is pretty much it. And these books are time bound. We need them to be completed as soon as possible. As I said, like even if you're a newbie, maximum 2 hours. You won't take more than that, believe me. And once you get a hang of it, you'll just walk through this one pretty quickly, right? You'll get it done 1 hour or even less. So we'll be assigning the books tonight. If you have any questions, please post it in the chat. But please, please, please review this recording. I covered most of the things. I did 20 pages, right? We allocate 20 pages for each volunteer. I went through one set of 20 pages, which covers most of the things. Please follow those instructions. We need the listing, we need the formatting, the headings, everything like I did. If you are good in Google Docs, maybe the process is a little different, but the end goal is we need the document to look like this, period. Right? We need the document to be formatted like this. Okay? And one last thing, if you see a puzzle like this, just again, snip the whole thing. Don't try to create a table or be innovative. Just copy this whole thing, right? So in this case, always the text comes ahead of the image. So in this case, you'll copy the text, right? And yeah, one thing, if you see like this, right, don't try to number this one. It will mess it up. Okay, let me copy paste. So go to the end of the page, right? I right click this one. If I right click and paste like that, it comes like this. If I do a Control V, it messes it up. Don't do a Control V, okay? It comes like this. It's more work. So right click and just text only, okay, in Microsoft Word. So don't try to number this one, because this is like puzzle, right? Crossword, like across and down. Don't try to number this one, right? It will mess it up, because this is 1 across, 3 across, 6, 8, 10 across, right? Don't try to format that. So this is the only place where you do not format the numbers. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty much it. If I didn't cover something and you encounter, please let me know. I'll try to answer that. But if not, most of the different contents, different types that you need to take care should be covered, right? And thanks very much. And please, as I mentioned, this is time sensitive, so please try to get it done. It takes, as I said, 2 hours. Please don't wait on it for weeks together. These are time sensitive and we need to send back. Okay. Thank you very much, and we'll be assigning the books